Do you know which is the most colorful little church in Piedmont, or why not even in Italy? Today I will take you to see a really beautiful place, but first let me introduce myself. Watch folks, I'm Lawrence and my aim is to show you many places around the world from my partial human perspective. Before I start, help me to grow this project, snap me a like and subscribe. It was a warm October day, probably the last mild day of the year, and I was walking in the hills of Langhe in southern Piedmont, near Asti. My goal was to visit the famous Barolo church, the most colorful church in Piedmont and one of the most Instagrammable places I ever seen, and then take a nice walk through the streets of the famous village of Morra, located on the upper hill. As you know, my friends, I like to walk, so I parked my car at the bottom of the hill and I took the big road that would lead me to the village. My road was very steep for being just a road and not a trail, and that's why I recommend not to drive on this road to get to La Morra, but to walk there or go by the road above. Also because some areas are unpaved, and because of course cars are really ruining the vibe. So, after rearranging my new gear a bit, I started walking among the hills, stopping every now and then to take some extraordinary photos of the autumn leaves and of course the beautiful landscapes.
That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend to the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend.
And here we are at the famous Church of Vero, or Cappella di Santissima Madonna delle Grazie, if you like. It was bought by Ceretto family in 1970 together with 6 hectares of Brunate vineyards, the vineyards around it to be precise. It was renovated in the last 1990s, and thanks to two extraordinary artists, Sol Hewitt and David Tremlett, today it is an example of contemporary art. If you have Instagram and live in Piedmont, you are not hip if you don't have a picture with this church. Best if you are also well dressed and a bit why not? As far as I'm concerned, I gave up drinking alcohol 8 months ago. I am probably the most away with the fairest man in Piedmont, and I'm definitely lost in the woods like the wildest red squirrel in the trees near Loch Lomond. So I feel a little bit captured by those amazing colors like a month in the night, then moved on to my path. My final goal was to reach La Morra, which with Barolo, Grinzane, Alba and many others is one of the most famous food tourism village in the area. So, after one more piece of grueling climbing, I reached the first wide dusty road and then the small hamlet. La Morra gave me the impression of a place where time stood still for a while, with this Victorian-style carousel, this statue, these buildings and this incredible view that will not disappoint you. I would not have been surprised to see some being come out of another world or another dimension, I don't know. For me, it had a kind of surreal vibe. If you want, there is also a beautiful church that I stopped to visit for a moment, and many Instagrammers or restaurants where you can stop and relax with food and the very good red grape juice typical of this area. I wandered around for a while and then it was time to return to the base. As I walked back through the dusty road, the colorful church and the vibe of those October hills, I was caught by a flash of awareness. A very important lesson hit me, and it was that if I happen to be fashionable, I won't forget to photograph the landscapes of the hills. And thank you very much guys for reaching the end card and for watching this video. This is a very little and beautiful church, as you know. I hope you enjoyed. See you next week with a special Halloween about Masca Micellina. If you don't know, Masca is a Piedmontese name for witch, because we had masche, not witches here in Piedmont. Yes. So, see you with this special Halloween, and in the meantime, cheers.